Shalom, shalom. All praises and glory to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And all the Akim authors, Lakia. And pushing the truth with nothing but sincerity in the name of Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. So, I wanted to get to this precept right here. This is actually Baruch. I actually like that book too, Baruch 2 and 15. And it reads, that all the earth may know that thou art the Most High, our power, because Israel and his posterity is called by thy name. And you notice it said specifically because Israel and his posterity is called by thy name. So this is the thing about it, though. Yahweh, he's specific when it comes to things. And like I said, there's a lot of precepts about that. There's Deuteronomy 7 and 6. There's Amos, I think it's 3 and 2, or 2 and 3. Or I think it's more 3 and 2. It talks about being specific though with Israel. You put God of Israel, you know how many, if you tap that in, you know how many precepts will come out? Because they don't say God of Edomite, they don't say God of Moabite, Ammonite, they don't say none of that. It just says God of Israel. So there has to be a lineage behind that, you see? But people want to believe that, or Christians want to believe that, they love everyone, the whole world, and things like that. Things like that matter. The Christians want to be like, yeah, it's the world, but there's other, it's not always this earth world, there's other worlds. You see what I'm saying? So let me get real quick, let me get yeah. See, this is the book of wisdom of Solomon 18 and 24, and it says, for in the long garment was the whole world, and in the 4 rows of the stones was the glory of the fathers graven, and thy majesty upon the diadem of his head. You see? For the long garment was the whole world, and the 4 rows of the stones. You see? That represents the tribes, the world of the tribes. And he talk about this earthly world, talk about the Israelites. But you see, they always like to say all these other things though, but wacky tacky Christians got it all fucked up. And that's the way they are, man. They push that shit over here within our people. Because if you really think about it, you know, even a simple minded person that lives, anywhere else would be like, whoa, this Holy Bible, this book is for the Hebrews. I live over here in Brazil. So how am I, you see what I'm saying? So what if someone brought you a book of Islam and you're gonna be like, oh, I ain't gonna mess with that. It's more, a majority of them is Muslims or the Africans out there and shit. So why would I want to read this book right here? How am I gonna connect to this book though if not I'm not from that land over there? You see? But guess what? This comes from Israel. The book is from Israel. So you're following a doctrine that's from somewhere else though. And you guys flip it and do some bullshit with it. So that's what I'm telling you. Lineage does matter. Lineage does matter. Who gives a fuck what anyone says? You see? Now going back to the precept that I was talking about, posterity though. Let's go research that word prosperity. A person's offspring, descendants collectively. Future time after generation offspring. The condition of coming after. You see? It says all of this offspring of a given progenitor, all future generations. See, and that's through generations. That's through generations that it has to happen though. You know what I'm saying? Because another precept too talks about generations. Where's Numbers? I think it's 15 and 33 or 38. Oh, it's like 38. It says, speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments and throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue. See, it talks about through generations. When do you see Christians, wacky tacky Christians wearing garments? You never see them doing that. They be wearing the tuxedos and, ties and dancing and doing some weirdo shit though. But they don't be doing that though. They get a little pieces of the Bible and they try to put it in the mix though. You see what I'm saying? But they really don't know truly the Bible though, man. They can't even break it down any precepts from Revelation though. They always flip it though, and that's the way they do things. So saying though, and look, you know what? Let me get Romans though. Romans 2, and I think it's 29. Okay, see, and this is what I'm talking about. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, specifically. See, this 29, and it says, but he is a Jew, which is one inwardly, and circumcision is that of the heart, in the spirit, and not in the letter, whose praise is not of man, but Most High. It says, Romans 3 and 1, it says, what advantage then hath the Jew, or what profit is out there? Profit is out there of circumcision. It says, much of every way, chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles, the prophets of the Most High. See, the Jews are inwardly, and everyone else is outwardly. Tell me you can't beat around the bush about that. You can't beat around the bush about that. It just clearly says it right there. You see? So let me read Matthew's 5 and 13. It says, ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt has lost a savior, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men. See, you gotta know your identity. You gotta know that you're an Israelite though, because you lose that the savior. You can't lose that, you know what I mean? Because without salt, you do things without salt, the food, it don't taste the same. It don't taste the same, man. You gotta put that salt, get that flavor. And it says, look at 14, it says, ye are the light of the world, and the city that is set on the hill cannot be hid. Stand out. We really do stand out. And we're the prosperity of the most, you know what I mean? With prosperity, man, of Israel, of course. Jacob, you know. So don't let anyone try to take that away from you, man, because this is your life right here. This is really, really your life. You know, so prosperity, man. That's what we are, man. So with that, I hope this video was edifying. All praise and glory to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Akim out there too. Hopefully this video was edifying. So with that, Shalom.